Joe, busy sort of preparations going on towards pre-season. Firstly, we've got obviously the good news that Charlton will be coming here during pre-season.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic news to have a club of Charlton stature come to the community stadium. I think it's a good fixture. It gives us extra, competitive game, which is what we need for the first team. And I'm pretty sure Charlton will are rebuilding again after surviving in the Championship. So for everybody concerned, it's a good game.
Both that and the Ipswich game will be good footballing test for you with the season approaching, won't they?
Yeah, for sure, and we're hoping there's one or two other games that we've also put in there that will have a good test, which we hope announce in the next couple of days. So Ipswich, Charlton and the games that we've got are competitive games, as you said, and we're hoping to add maybe one more league club to that and a couple of Skrill Premier clubs as well. So we're in a good position in terms of competitive games in pre-season.
Obviously, you mentioned there'll be the usual sequence of local non-league clubs. So one game that won't perhaps be in there is the Billericay match. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, unfortunately I was contacted today from the local media saying that the Billericay manager called us big time and patronising, and which is a bit disappointing. This is the first I've actually known about a Billericay fixture. Nobody's spoken to me as first team manager about it. All the other games we've organised have been phone calls from the clubs to me personally, and managers speaking to me personally. I at no stage had any contact with somebody from Billericay. Maybe it's another fixture from another group within our club that unfortunately is not going to take place. But I think the way it's been released in the press is not classy. I think to call us big time and patronising is wrong. I think for sure what we've done as a club here always is tried to play local teams. We've been to Billericay before for pre-season and played there. Never asked for any of the gate. We go to other local clubs, don't ask for any of the gate. We take professional footballers who play at League One level, who can probably and possibly move on to a higher league and play in, and we don't ask for nothing to go to these places other than maybe sometimes we ask for a bit of travel expenses. Anyone would, and that's the way professional pre-seasons are done. If we invite anybody here to play at the stadium, we have to maybe cover costs, generally with the local non-league clubs. And again this year we're playing Brantham, we're playing Haybridge, we're playing hopefully to tie up a game against Concord Rangers, because the last time I took a pro team there to play in the Essex Senior Cup, the game got cancelled and they lost a lot of revenue through that. The first thing I did is spoke to the committee and said about coming back down here in pre-season. So we're just in the process of hopefully tying that game up. Mr. Edwards has got an opinion of the club. It's the wrong opinion. And the way he's done it is not classy, but I'm just glad that I work in an environment where there's a bit more respect between managers, and his opinion is his opinion.
Okay. Back to kind of the here and now, a playoff weekend. Will you be going to Wembley this weekend to watch the games?
Unfortunately, I'm on a coaching seminar this weekend, so I've been at all the other games. I was at Southend on Saturday. I was at the conference playoff final on Sunday. But this weekend, unfortunately, I'm away, so I won't be able to take those games in. But we'll have somebody at the games anyway. No
worries. And also, with regards to the recent contract offers to players, is there any progress or news on those?
No, so far it is what it is. The players have had their offers, and they've gone away now on holiday to get some rest and recovery. And I think we've pretty much spoken to who we need to speak to, agents, players. So our work is nearly done. It's done in terms of who we've made contact with, but I think this summer we'll see a lot of deals being done more at the end of the summer rather than the top end.
Have you been surprised by the volumes and types of players that have been released by clubs?
Yeah, I think the volume is it isn't surprising. I think the way the game is now at the moment and the way the game is moving, these things are going to happen. Maybe next year there could be even more, depending on the amount of size squads they've got. But 12s and 13s and 14s and 9s is a lot. It's a hell of a lot. And like you said, there's a lot of good quality being released, and that's when you get into a bit of a frenzy in terms of who you can try to attract. And you can only register your interest, but you know that those kind of quality players are going to be wanted by a lot of other clubs as well. So I think it's a waiting game this summer, and it will continue to be that way.